Junk food has numerous adverse effects on our bodies. It can push our hearts to the point of failure, cause our intestines to rupture, and even lead us into a downward spiral of depression. While occasional cravings for junk food are common, understanding its impact on our health may make us think twice before indulging in fried chicken or snacking on chips. When we talk about junk food, we often think of candy, chips, and fast food. However, it's important not to overlook sugary beverages like soda, slushes, and energy drinks. Although fast food options have expanded to include plant-based substitutes and salads, the majority of items people crave at these establishments still fall under the category of junk food. Junk food refers to anything with high amounts of added sugar, salt, or saturated fats. If you reflect on your own dietary choices, you'll likely identify at least one item consumed today as junk food. So, what does this delectable yet unhealthy food do to our bodies? The simple answer: nothing good. Let's start by examining the short-term effects before delving into the long-term risks. Although the notion of long-term is relative, it's worth noting that if junk food constitutes our entire diet, we may not live long enough to experience the long-term effects. It is alarming how rapidly junk food can transform our bodies and give rise to severe health problems. Studies have demonstrated that consuming just one junk food meal per week can be detrimental to our health, especially if we lead sedentary lives. Therefore, it's not difficult to imagine the havoc wreaked upon our bodies when junk food becomes a daily habit. The immediate effects of junk food depend on the quantity consumed and our level of physical activity. Binging on an entire bag of chips or a whole fried chicken means ingesting an excessive amount of sodium or salt. Consequently, your blood pressure may spike, leading to various issues ranging from fatigue to heart attacks. While a heart attack is unlikely after a single salty meal, it is a concern for those with pre-existing heart conditions or inactive lifestyles. Consuming highly salty junk food causes our blood vessels to constrict as salt extracts water from them. Water, which comprises over half of our bodies, plays a crucial role in nutrient circulation, cell functions, and chemical reactions. Consistently consuming extremely salty foods disrupts our body's ability to maintain internal balance or homeostasis. Constricted blood vessels require our bodies to work harder to deliver oxygen and nutrients to vital organs. Additionally, narrowed arteries impede blood flow, exacerbating the situation further. Consequently, the strain placed on our bodies from excessive salt consumption can lead to fatigue as our systems work harder to keep us going. Following your salty meal, you may feel dehydrated and likely reach for a soda. And why not have dessert to complete the experience? This brings us to the next perilous component of junk food: sugar. Our bodies naturally crave sugar as it serves as a vital source of energy for our cells. Our biological programming predisposes us to enjoy the taste of sugary foods. Recognizing this, junk food companies exploit our instincts by increasing the sugar content in their products to make them appealing. However, these foods, while delicious, have immediate and detrimental side effects. Overloading our bodies with sugars from junk food forces them to manage the sudden glucose influx. Our pancreas releases insulin into the bloodstream, signaling our cells to utilize the sugar for energy production. Consequently, we experience a surge of energy, a sugar rush. However, we're all familiar with what follows: the crash. Junk food high in added sugars delivers a temporary energy boost, quickly depleting the sugar influx and leaving us feeling fatigued within a short span of time. With minimal sugar remaining in our bloodstream, our cells reduce energy production, leading to fatigue, grogginess, irritability, and cravings for more sugary foods. These are notable short-term side effects of consuming junk food. Unfortunately, the high sugar content in junk food yields even more severe long-term effects on our bodies. Each day that we consume junk food, we expose ourselves to the risk of developing life-altering diseases. To comprehend the risks and potentially adjust our diets, let's explore the long-term health effects of consuming junk food. Over time, the excessive sugar in junk food wreaks havoc on our organs. The sudden sugar surges and subsequent insulin release from the pancreas can result in various long-term issues. Studies have shown that those who consume junk food several times a week dramatically increase their chances of developing type 2 diabetes. Given that a junk food diet consists solely of unhealthy choices, the likelihood of developing this disease becomes almost inevitable. Type 2 diabetes arises when our bodies fail to produce sufficient insulin or when insulin no longer signals cells to absorb and utilize sugar for energy production. This leads to elevated blood sugar levels accompanied by a significant drop in energy production. Type 2 diabetes can develop over a person's lifetime and is not exclusively a condition one is born with. Ultimately, an unhealthy diet or lifestyle can overwork or damage the pancreas, resulting in this debilitating disease. The excessive amounts of added sugar in junk food significantly contribute to the development of type 2 diabetes. Astonishingly, with every junk food meal we consume, we gamble with the possibility of developing this disease. Research indicates that consistently eating junk food can severely impair our muscles' ability to absorb sugar and convert it into energy. Over time, our cells may develop resistance to this process, leading to type 2 diabetes and necessitating medical intervention. Left untreated, diabetes can become life-threatening. The saying "too much of a good thing" certainly applies to the detrimental effects of consuming excessive sugar-laden junk food. However, the risks associated with junk food extend beyond sugar. Surprisingly, there is a correlation between junk food consumption and depression. How exactly does the consumption of unhealthy food lead to changes in brain chemistry? It's not just about what junk food contains, it's also about what it lacks. A recent study from Binghamton University in 2021 revealed a significant link between consuming healthy foods like fruits, vegetables, nuts, and fish and experiencing improved mood and brain function. This raises an important question: what happens to the brain of someone who lacks the essential nutrients found in these foods? In other words, what are the consequences of consuming a diet consisting primarily of low-nutrient junk food? Unfortunately, the effects are far from positive. While junk food may temporarily satisfy hunger and provide a momentary sense of happiness, this feeling is deceptive. The brain may be deceived into believing that it has received the necessary nutrients from the junk food due to the sudden surge of available energy. However, over time, both the brain and the body's cells begin to deteriorate due to the lack of vital vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants needed for optimal health. Surviving on sugar and fats alone is unsustainable, and eventually, the brain recognizes this fact. Although the exact trigger is still unclear, several studies indicate that individuals who consistently consume junk food are approximately 51% more likely to develop depression compared to those following a healthy diet. This statistic is truly alarming and prompts a critical question: are the short-term pleasures of indulging in junk food worth the potential risk of long-term depression? The primary reason behind this correlation is likely a combination of dietary and lifestyle factors. Those who consume junk food regularly are often sedentary, exacerbating the negative impact on their brain. The brain's chemistry is influenced by these mood swings, which may contribute to the onset of depression. In contrast, maintaining a healthy and active lifestyle has been shown to promote happiness and well-being. However, the detrimental effects of junk food extend beyond the brain, with the heart being particularly susceptible to irreparable damage. Astonishingly, excessive consumption of junk food can even be fatal. Therefore, if you are currently following a junk food diet, what you are about to learn could be a matter of life and death. One long-term consequence of the excessive salt and fat content in junk food is an increase in low-density lipoprotein, also known as bad cholesterol, coupled with a decrease in high-density lipoprotein or good cholesterol. This dual shift in cholesterol levels can lead to heart disease and even heart attacks. The combination of elevated bad cholesterol and increased blood pressure resulting from a junk food diet places an enormous strain on the heart. The heart, a strong and resilient muscle responsible for maintaining the circulation of blood, nutrients, and oxygen throughout the body, is crucial for survival. Without a healthy heart, life cannot be sustained. Nevertheless, similar to any muscle, the heart can become overworked and exhausted. When your biceps tire from lifting weights, it simply signifies the end of a workout. Conversely, when your heart becomes fatigued due to weight gain, cholesterol buildup, and increased blood pressure, the consequences are far more severe, potentially leading to death. Thus, it is of utmost importance to prioritize a healthy lifestyle and diet over indulging in junk food on a daily basis. The detrimental impact on the heart resulting from a junk food-only diet is severe. In fact, your heart's endurance on such a diet may be limited to a mere month or two before its functions cease entirely. Even if you decide to change your ways and save your life, the damage has already been done. Reversing the effects of a junk food diet will be a challenging uphill battle, but it is certainly possible, and the sooner, the better. The rest of your life will likely involve monitoring your blood pressure and sodium levels closely. You will have to be selective about everything you consume to maintain a healthy heart. The American Heart Association recommends that adults limit their sodium intake to less than 2,300 milligrams per day, assuming they are relatively healthy and make good dietary choices. However, individuals consuming only junk food are unlikely to make wise choices and often consume multiple times the recommended sodium limit. For instance, a single meal comprising a bag of chips and a cheeseburger can already contain around 2,000 milligrams of sodium. If you consume 3 junk food-filled meals daily, you are ingesting 3 times the recommended sodium amount, paving the way for a disastrous outcome. Excessive salt intake leads to feelings of bloating and fatigue, serving as your body's warning signs to cease consuming junk food to avoid severe consequences. Hence, a junk food diet negatively impacts not only your brain, but also your pancreas, heart, and digestive system. These implications should be more than enough to motivate you to put down that candy bar and opt for a carrot instead. However, if that's not convincing enough, there are even more detrimental consequences to consider. Imagine being unable to have a proper bowel movement. Apart from the discomfort, a buildup of waste in your system can lead to severe health problems. The absence of fiber in junk food is the primary reason it is detrimental to your digestive system. Fiber is crucial for maintaining healthy bowel movements, and foods like fruits, vegetables, beans, and oats are rich sources of this essential component. Unfortunately, these ingredients are typically absent from a typical junk food diet. As a result, the fats, salts, and sugars you consume accumulate in your digestive tract, leading to discomfort and potentially exiting your body through undesirable means. Furthermore, excessive consumption of junk food can harm the beneficial bacteria in your body, disrupting the microbiome. These trillions of bacteria perform vital functions, particularly in digestion. It is crucial to maintain a healthy microbiome to ensure the growth of helpful bacteria and prevent the overgrowth of harmful ones. However, a poor diet, such as one dominated by junk food, can damage the microbiome, causing an imbalance. This imbalance may lead to excessive growth of certain bacteria due to the abundance of sugars and carbohydrates. Unfortunately, these bacteria are often not beneficial, resulting in fewer resources for the helpful microbes. The consequences can include excessive gas, excruciating cramps, and the need for procedures like fecal transplants to restore a healthy microbiome. One of the most alarming risks associated with consuming excessive amounts of junk food is the development of diverticulitis, a condition characterized by infection or inflammation in the intestines. This disease causes intense pain and manifests symptoms such as abdominal pain, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, and rectal bleeding. Diverticulitis is a serious condition that necessitates medical attention and treatment. The unfortunate reality is that the pain caused by a junk food diet doesn't disappear overnight, and there's no quick fix. In severe cases, peritonitis can occur when an inflamed pouch in the digestive tract bursts and spills its contents into the midsection, requiring immediate medical attention. If the previous information hasn't convinced you to reconsider your diet, perhaps the risk of cancer will. Recent research suggests that a diet high in junk food can increase the likelihood of cancer. A 2019 study found that a diet predominantly consisting of junk food weakens the immune system, elevates inflammation, raises the risk of allergies, and increases the chances of developing cancer. The low nutritional value of solely consuming junk food each day is believed to be the cause of these problems. Colon, rectal, respiratory tract, and stomach cancers are all more likely to develop in individuals who consume only junk food. These are serious and life-threatening conditions that should provide further motivation to improve your eating habits. However, the negative effects of a junk food diet are not limited to the body's internal functions. Eating foods high in cholesterol and carbohydrates can contribute to acne. This isn't solely an issue for teenagers going through puberty, it applies to anyone who consistently consumes junk food. Even young children are at risk of skin diseases if they consume excessive amounts of junk food. Research indicates that adolescents who consume junk food 3 times a week are more prone to developing eczema compared to children on a healthy diet. While these skin conditions may not be life-threatening like other effects of junk food, they can still be irritating and uncomfortable. Everything mentioned thus far highlights the unpleasant consequences of a junk food diet. Additionally, weight gain is an inevitable outcome of consuming high amounts of fats, sugars, and salts. Obesity, resulting from excessive junk food consumption, poses a significant health problem. Increased body weight puts additional strain on the heart, requiring it to beat faster to circulate blood. The lungs must work harder to provide adequate oxygen, and muscles need more energy to support the added weight. Any of these factors can overwhelm the body and lead to shutdown. Junk food consumption has also been linked to respiratory issues such as asthma. Obesity and the constriction or blockage of airways and channels in the circulatory and respiratory systems go hand in hand. These factors increase the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and diabetes. As body weight increases, calorie intake needs to match the body's demands. Consequently, individuals on a junk food-only diet are likely to face an inevitable outcome: organ failure and death. The solution is to immediately abandon a junk food diet and opt for healthier alternatives. This doesn't mean you can't enjoy any junk foods. In fact, some research suggests that indulging in junk food occasionally can actually aid in weight loss and boost morale. However, there are absolutely no benefits to consuming only junk food. The recommendation from nutritionists is to allow yourself a junk food meal once every week or 2 and savor it. But after that indulgence, return to a diet consisting primarily of healthy alternatives. Furthermore, it's important to note that not all junk food options are equally detrimental to your health. For example, pizza can vary in nutritional value depending on the ingredients used, while fast food meals like burgers and fries offer little upside. Processed meats in homemade sandwiches can contain excessive sodium and potentially harmful nitrates and nitrites. Hot dogs are high in saturated fats and sodium, contributing to long-term health issues. Fried chicken is not just high in calories but also contains excessive fat and salt content. It's important to be mindful of the nutritional content and make informed choices to protect your well-being. Education is vital in understanding the impact of junk food on the body. Reading food labels can reveal surprising levels of salt and sugars in favorite snacks, prompting the need to reduce consumption. Teaching children from a young age about healthy versus unhealthy foods is crucial to prevent heavy reliance on junk food. Cooking meals with vegetables, fruits, lean meats, and fish introduces others to delicious and nutritious options. Nutritionists often recommend the 80:20 rule, where 80% of the food consumed is healthy and nutrient-rich, allowing for 20% to be indulgent. Even incorporating one healthy meal each day can have a significant impact on overall health. Any reduction in junk food consumption, no matter how small, is beneficial. To avoid junk food, it's advised to eliminate fried foods, highly processed foods, and products with excessive added salt and sugar from your diet.